Max. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. All right. Remind me, there's only one of you on. When there's more of you on, please remind me to talk about Patreon. Let's do a collective, a weekend collective. Alright. I love how on my end it says one person watching and 4 likes, but then it says one person watching, 2 likes. My time is going in order again. It's not skipping by 6. So now it's just different. And now the time is working. But how do I have 4 likes and 1 person watching? Again, guys, like when it's live and it says it's like on your end, maybe 50 people watching, I have to go back and look at like the analytics. On my end, there's like 200 people watching. It's YouTube. If you're not subscribed or you're incognito, you don't see likes. You don't see them on. I believe they can still chat though. So I don't even notice that stuff until I go into like my monthly analytics. And that's what I don't understand. Like, you think I would have more supposedly like trolls or whatever, right? But I don't. I mean, I don't want to speak too soon. Or maybe they can't comment. Right? Maybe that's why. Because I just happened to notice something popped up yesterday. So if I'm on analytics, I think there was like, I think I noticed 111 of you at, I don't know, it was like, is it 8:08? No. Was it even yesterday or the day before? Regardless, YouTube sent me like, keep creating with something. And then when I went to go update the video, it said like only 17 people watched. I'm like, that doesn't even make any sense. So is it like they click off, come back on? YouTube is up to something. I don't know what's going on there. But like even my analytics, some videos, it looks like just hundreds watched, but it ends up being like 10,000 or 20. So like, I don't understand what's going on, but it's been like that for a really long time. So it's like YouTube is not even like really showing you. So if you notice somebody say to you, hey, look, right now I got 20 people watching. Look and see how many people are actually watching. Because 49 of you, I have more people unsubscribed than I do subscribed. I think 49 or 48 of you are only subscribed. And 82% of you, or 89% of you are women. I definitely call in the women. So I don't know what's up with that. And again, please remind me to talk about Patreon. I want to, I'm going to even write myself a note. And hope that I don't forget. Oh, I know I had 1,000 subscribers. That's not what I'm saying, like, when you guys actually watch, if you're not subscribed, like, you can hit like, but I don't think it takes. It shows me, but what you guys see are only subscribers. Because I even noticed when it says you can pay for likes, you can pay for subscribers, all that. It will say seen subscribers. So they're emphasizing that it'd be seen. You know what I mean? But guys, you can have people who have hundreds of thousands of subscribers and there's still only like maybe 8,000 that watch their videos. It's just, you come along, you like a channel, you hit like, you don't go back to it. It's shit like that all the time. I know in my case, I've been staying at 28 for years, but I also know for a damn fact it's because the energy is like stagnant, not stagnant in the sense of, it's stagnant in the sense, I want to say in the sense of not, oh yes, but like it's stagnant in the sense, it's like we're still working with karma, we're still working, you know what I mean? Like it's just, there's certain things about it's just not going to change. It is what it is. And a lot of people just can't even handle my channel because it's not that it's even negative. It's just, it's not what they want to hear. Or, you know what I mean? And I guess it makes sense. Like when I used to watch other tarot, I'm like, well, I could just do it their way and like not, do the deck and this, but like, that's not me. So, yeah. So until I switch it up, and I've been saying for years, I got to switch it up, I do this, and but even then, it's advice. It's working with oracles. People want answers. It's not. So it is what it is. But I do have more people unsubscribed than subscribed that watch, and I just think it's crazy. And it's fine. You don't have to subscribe. I was never that person anyway. Subscribe, drop a like, it's just, it is what it is. And it's funny though, because it's out of all my chatters, it's almost like they either don't want to chat or you notice like I really don't have like trolls. Like you guys have been faithfully chatting for years with not a lot of issues. Because it's meant to be that way. They come and go or you guys kick them off. I mean, not all that is like just a coincidence or just random luck. It's not like that. You know what I mean? It's the way it's supposed to be. And then I feel like I still look back in the thousands that, I've helped just through like chatting and this and that. And it's tough. I mean, that's great. And I appreciate it, but like, it's tough. And then sometimes I sit back, I'm like, oh, guess what, this and that. But like, things are just meant to be the way they, like, they can't explain it. Like, obviously have the other channel, get going on that one. This one's just, I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I was just sitting there last night looking through like the analytics and kind of just being like, wow, and how like YouTube does offer people to like fake people and stuff, and I'm just like, it just blows my mind. And then I thought it was weird when they were kicking channels off of people, like when they were doing like a cleanup. If you haven't been on the channel over a year or 2 years, they kick you, they boot you off. I noticed it went down to like 27 or 26 at one point, but within a couple weeks, it was right back to 28. Like it just stays, it just stays at 28. I don't know. I was just picking up on stuff last night, and it was just making me kind of like laugh, and I was super appreciative in certain stuff, and it was almost like reminiscing a little bit. You know what I mean? But I do want to talk about Patreon. When there's more people on, I'll talk about it again, but I will mention it real quick. I got an email, and I've been saying I'm not on Patreon. It's not really working. It wasn't working out. You know, I'm sending money back. Yeah, this was like 2 years ago. People are still subscribing to my Patreon, and I didn't even know it. So I'm looking at my tax return, and because I keep going in every couple months and sending it back to you guys. So now I'm paying for like, I have to pay out for Patreon that I'm not even using, because the amount of money that's come in, even though I've refunded, I hit refund and refund. I don't know if you guys notice, if it just goes back into your account. I'm like, what the fuck? So at this point, I'm just going to go back to Patreon. Once a week for sure, maybe twice a week. I think it was like $8 a month. $2018 for me. You've been over there, son. All right, yeah. So every so often, I hit return. And sometimes it bounces back. And a lot of you don't even like unsubscribe. So it's like, I don't even understand. And then I feel bad. I can't put that money in my account. There's no content. And I just got an email last night when I was looking at my taxes, like yada yada, signed up for Patreon. I was like, what the fuck? So now I feel like I'm getting forced back into going onto Patreon, because now I'm literally paying out of my own pocket for content that's not even uploaded. But legally I have an account. It's just fucking ass backwards. So I am going to go back to Patreon. I think before I was doing the Souls contract and then like an extended, but I'm not really going to do the extended. I would definitely do Souls contract or something like that, or possibly even more of like frequency music or frequency sounds, something healing. I guess is kind of like where my thought process is with that one. So I'll start that over the weekend, or definitely next week for sure. And for those of you that have stayed subscribed, thank you. I'm sure I've refunded you plenty of times, whether you've noticed it or not. So, but I'm literally like, now I have to pay hundreds for like content that's not even up there. And I remember the year I started doing it. I remember the year I started doing it. It was probably a couple fucking years ago. And telling you guys right off the rip, I think I was only able to do it for a couple months before it wasn't even letting me upload videos anymore. Like I couldn't even go on and find like other subscribers that I know go to YouTube. from there. Like, I loved Your Angelic Karma, and she went to Patreon, and I couldn't find it. You know, but she's there. So I was digging and doing research last night, and just was on the website, and I went to go hit live, and it's like, you can't go live because you haven't finished your setup or something. But I'm like, that makes no sense, because I was putting videos out. So at this point, I'm just going to go back to it and dedicate once a week, if not twice a week. Because now I'm just like, I can't believe I'm paying out of my own pocket for content that's not even, that's like, but wasn't even able to do it. And why did it take years? Why didn't I get a W-2 last year? I don't fucking know. Maybe because it wasn't enough. I don't know. But I'm just like, what the fuck? And it just happened to be like the same day or the day before I was venting about the other fucking channel with memberships. I don't want to do that. But I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. There's a big difference. Mine isn't like $8 a week. I think it's just $8 a month. So in all reality, it's $2 a week. I know. But I want to see if I can bump it down. Yeah, let me figure it out this weekend. I know when I bought the membership through YouTube, it automatically comes out. So you have to do it through YouTube? You pay Patreon through YouTube? I thought that's what Shannon was saying. Yeah, I don't know either. No. I pay Patreon through Google Pay. Oh, okay. Yeah, so all I know is that I'm paying out this year for content I haven't even been putting on. And half the time, I'm sending the money back, whether it goes back or not. It still looks like I made the money. So I just kind of think it's ironic. I almost feel like it's Spirit's way. Like, just go back to fucking Patreon. So watch for a video. Do not resubscribe if you're already on there. That's for sure. All right. And I want to talk about it later. Or maybe I'll just do a quick 2-minute video for those. Letting them know that I'm going to go back to it or something. Because there's still like hundreds of you. It's just mind-blowing to me. Like, I can literally just right now put thousands into my own bank account. But I have to individually go in, return, hit this button, hit that button. Like, it's the worst fucking setup. It would take me days, when before I could just hit click, return all, super simple. And now all of a sudden I have to do it individually. It's the government. It's Patreon. It's making it more difficult for people to get refunds or to unsubscribe, or, you know what I mean? It's like one of those things where if you really check your bank account, how much money is actually coming out every month, where you just don't even pick up on it. It's so fucking crazy. So and I don't even know how I feel about going back onto it. Now now at this point I just feel obligated, and I feel bad. I feel bad, and I feel obligated, and I'm paying out on it. Content is not even, so I'm just like, okay. So at this point, I feel like you guys are like stuck on it or something. I don't even know how to explain it. Like you can't even get off if you wanted to. Yeah, someone told me to check. That was the kangaroo that came out yesterday. So, anywhoosie. Let's do a collective. I feel like these are just, you know what it is? There's just so many of them. I don't even think, see, it's just because it's so many of them. This is one of these where I kind of have to like just pick. And I don't really like doing that. Caught in a bad romance. And you guys wake up extra early today? I was up like around 5 and I couldn't fall back asleep. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. There's a lot of little orbs flying by. And I just thought it was like weird. It was almost like being wide awake, but I didn't want to get out of bed. I was like, ugh. You got the crab, modesty, self-sufficiency. Circumvention? I don't even know what that is.
Circumvention.
Oh, I said it right. What the fuck does that mean? Circumvention.
Circumvention.
Okay. I don't think I've ever heard anybody use that word. Overcoming, an action of overcoming a problem or difficulty. The acting of avoiding, being clever or deceptive, evading. Well, I wouldn't have gotten that vibe with the crab. What could be a potential risk. So another word for circumvention is avoiding, well, going around in a circle, bypassing, escaping. I've never heard anybody use that word. Learning new things every day. Learning new things every day. Oh, it's going to be one of those days again. Oh, dear Lord. But you get the dog, service, honesty, devotion, the snail, pacing, steadiness, coiled energy. This energy doesn't mesh. I'm being pulled to more of like the depiction. The other day it was more like the words. And the moon's back there with Cancerville and the moon, but you do have major arcana in here. This is more like the do's and the don'ts, like for instance, I'll give you the crab. There's so many different side cards. So there's the crab. So these are like totem animals, spirit animals. These are, so they are like oracles, bonus cards, right? And then, but you can order more of their oracles, which might see that one's like a mystery pack. The kiwi, the mantis, that's cool. And then there's another one, prehistoric and mythological. So maybe I'll do that at some point. And that way the deck won't be so big for me. I can just split it. But anywho, for instance, the crab. Okay, let me go back to the crab. I just think it's a cool deck. Come on, chameleon. So I don't really want to read all that, but if it's your spirit animal, when a crab skitters in front of your spirit animal, it's time to change course or head in a new direction. If it's your totem animal, it belongs to those who can easily flow. And if it's a power animal, invoke it as the power when you need help for releasing pent-up emotions. Crab has an interesting way of maneuvering, which we know that. So it's little things like that. In China, the crab represents happy, harmony, steadiness, balance, patience, prosperity. It's a good luck charm. It promotes ongoing positive vibrations and chi. So I was looking at the depiction and more like the reflection, but it is, they go, it's funny because people say like, I'm a Cancerian, and I, it's that word, I walk sideways, but it's sideways. It just got a waddle to me. So you think like, and the crab does waddle like that, but it didn't even occur to me. So, maneuvering a different way. So I do need to read the oracles, because the oracles I usually always read from anyway. You gotta be fucking kidding. Okay, it's the Empress, it's the cow. It's like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. Are we doing this again? All right, so I thought that was abstinence, but it's abundance, creativity, fertility. You might be holding back. You might just not be in the mood. But before I forget, yeah, see, there's something distracting about this weekend. Be careful. I don't know if I'm crazy about it, because I don't like all those vibes. they're good vibes, but like they don't mesh. Oh, I wish you can see those better. All right, I gotta turn the light off for you guys. It's a little better. If I get any more, I don't know where I'm gonna put them. Yeah, I gotta do something with this desk later. That's my project for this weekend, and try to hang the camera. I almost want to put that up higher for you. I just gotta hang this damn camera. Yeah, see how distracted I am? I don't like it. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Oh, the Elefante. Justice. Truth, natural law. Righting your wrongs. So possibly making something right. Again, it's justice, but I'm repeating myself. It's more the depiction and not the words. So that almost looked like a heart to me. So this is so. Don't listen to my words right this second. I know that doesn't really make any sense to say that, but like, let me figure out what they're trying to say. Like, right off the bat, like something's not like really meshing, but someone could be skirting around the issue, wanting to make something right, or you do, you don't. Because I was getting more abstinence from that energy. Someone could be pushy because that's a bull. That's a masculine elephant. It's not because of just the tusk. I can tell by the ears. But all major arcana right now. Another major arcana, you got the bat that came out for weekend energy with somebody. Prophetic powers, prophet, self-surrendering, facing darkness. Keep getting pulled to the snail, so hold on. When a snail slides, consider retreating into your shell for safety. If it's the totem animal, belongs to those who are self-reliant, and the power within is when you need help using your energy more wisely. But I'm getting a different vibe. Aztecs felt that the snail spirits was the lunar guard, the spiral. The shell represents the moon, the cycles of life, and the transitions on a cognitive level. The snail is about our dreams, human nature, the shell being outward for us, conscious self, and the subconscious. Shell does not need to end here. However, the snail has a squishy body that could be unprotected. That's why it has its hard exterior. It has its home, no matter where the snail wanders. That creature knows its home, safe and sound, with the mind Snail medicine directs our attention to those havens and houses. Place it where you can truly be yourselves. So it's almost like feeling at home, because if you think about it, no matter where they travel, once they go in their shell, they feel home. That's kind of cool. Kind of a cool way to look at it. It's not the vibe I was getting, though. Again, I don't know if you're avoiding, somebody else is avoiding. I don't think it's like the water or self-sufficiency. I think it's the circumvention. I almost want to start over. Like, not with the cards, like, I think somebody wants a do-over. Somebody wants to start over. Yeah, because I'm picking up on, like, now it's like more of like a pacing, self-sufficiency or modesty. You could be allowing somebody to talk or apologize. And not in like a control way when I said like allowing. So somebody might think like you're controlling, but you're not trying to control. So that's a whole... So you might be angry or can't be bothered, because it's like I feel like you're allowing an energy to kind of maybe speak its piece or say what it wants to say before you respond. But somebody, I feel like this is moving away. Somebody feels like if you don't get your way, then mood changes, or it's kind of very narcissistic energy, if you ask me. Like, it's just something they say. It's just an excuse to avoid their own bullshit or whatever that may be. Others of you, on a more positive note, are definitely seeing something differently. This could be saying like you're in that Empress energy, like you're doing the right thing. You're looking at something, you know, it's time to pace. So this is giving me all sorts of different stories. Because it's I had a physical yesterday, and I saw a different physician, and they're like, we were talking about a couple things. And he's like, if I had a pill to make you better, I would. He's like, you were the victim of a really bad car accident. Like, he's like, but he used the word victim, and I was like, I'm not a victim. And he just was kind of like, but you were the victim. Like, I got the police report yesterday, so I was telling him, like, this person was on his phone. He was doing something on his phone, and he blatantly told the police as well that he was on his phone. I had no idea he was on his phone. What did they call it? Like, not negligent, like, here we go. It's a word I'm looking for. Operator, he was on the phone, operated motor vehicle, inattentive, careless, negligent, driving in an erratic manner. He stated he didn't notice until it was too late. He was distracted by, being on his phone, which was the contributing action to the crash. a vehicle to operators' inattentiveness. Yada, yada, yada. So the whole point of it's one of those words, but the whole point, the doctor was like, well, you are a victim. And I was like, but I'm not a victim. But what I see what it's saying, like, you could be the empress, you know, like it was like, maybe it was injustice or making something right. Like the hangman seeing something differently. Really got to pace yourself. So that's like another message. So what did I feel like I threw out 4 fucking messages already. It'd be nice if I could just stick with one of them. Makes me feel like I want to start again. Again, there could be something about health that came through the other day too. Yeah, he's definitely being all sorts of fucking stupid, that's for sure. I had that MRI last night. That was scary. I didn't realize I was that claustrophobic. I feel like I still have a fucking headache. You got the cricket, serendipity, moral compass, liberty. Yeah, I almost feel like I just want to work with the oracles. The rooster, 3 of Wands, rise and shine, foresight, slow and steady. So it's almost like the snail vibe, but not even, you know. You're definitely seeing something differently. I don't typically look at the 3 of Wands as like a hangman and seeing something differently, but the 3 of Wands is about your future. It's like your ships are in. It also speaks of patience. I'm getting pulled to legs, something with your legs. Broken legs, swollen legs, something with a leg. But the snail doesn't have a leg. And a bat really has a foot. Do they really have a leg? Well, in the skeletal system, I'm sure they do, but legs. Careful shaving, because I just heard, we wear short shorts. What's that? Like a shaving cream commercial, right? But actually, that's for like Nair. But Nairs can be like poisonous too. Like I use gloves. I used to use gloves when I used to use Nair on my legs. And only just every once in a while. My aunt swears by it though. She does it all the time. So I don't know if it's something with toxic. And I almost said, can a snail be toxic? Like poisonous? And then we wear short shorts. Yeah, isn't that good? And yeah, there's something with legs. You might have something happen with your leg or something, or you might come across an animal that has a leg injury. I don't know if Spirit's going to purposely slow somebody down here. I'm going to do a couple different reads or another read after this because this one's just It's not as clear as I would like it. I do think there is certain snails that can be poisonous. Can certain snails leave toxins in the trail? I can't even speak right. Slugs and snails, shiny trails of danger. Slug trails are generally not toxic. Can be, but it's low risk. The foot mucus, the glue, so it doesn't fall off. So maybe it is a foot and not a leg. Yeah, I mean, you can get really sick. You should not play with snails or handle snails or slugs. And if you do wash your hands, it's not saying anything about salmonella, but it's kind of reminding me of that. They do carry rat lungworm, though, and other diseases. But that's also in the native. Yeah, see, so. And I'm not saying like karmic or toxic like that. Like, I almost feel like it's a toxin. Like, Nair is kind of a toxin. But it's also pulling me, it's like, say you cut up like hot chili peppers and, you go to the bathroom or you thought you washed your hands and you didn't, and then down there it's all like burning, or you get it in your eyes. I've heard stories of like people even washing their hands but not washing it even good enough, and then men going to the bathroom grabbing their penis to go pee or whatnot, and then it's like they end up in the ER. So I feel like it's something like that. Like, so be careful if you're using bleach this weekend, cleaning products. It could be your eyes, but it could be could be your feet too. Like, don't step on it if you're barefoot. Like, how you go outside, they spray the grass sometimes of like toxins or fertilizers. Like, don't go outside barefoot if you're in warm weather. There could be something in the water that's toxic. That happens all the time, depending on, again, weather-wise, where you live. Fish come up, they die, things like that. But like, even like when the beach is closed down, So, but I feel like it's more of like a product or something you touch. So careful. I mean, you could pick something up off this sidewalk or when you're walking through the woods and there's some type of toxin. Like, I don't want to scare you or whatnot, but like, maybe like, oh, a cute mushroom. And a lot of mushrooms can be toxic, guys. So but it does feel more of like maybe like a cleaning product or something you would typically use. Because I really am. I can barely see the eyes here, and the snail, you can't even see the eyes, so I'm getting pulled to the eyes. And it did like the hospital, it did like the doctor's physical, talking about like I said it was a victim, but I was like, I took it personally, like, no, I'm not a victim, I still feel like people still feel the need to convince me that I was in a major accident, and it just is so mind-blowing to me, because it just doesn't feel that way. It could be drugs, because I was talking about my muscles. Like, PT is having a really hard time with me because my muscle is still so tight. My body is so reactive still. And it's been 4 weeks since the car accident, guys. And the only way to really loosen my muscles is for pretty much him to be giving me different type of drugs and opioids and, you know, to really relax the muscles to get going. And I don't want to do that. So it's just going to take time to recover. This almost feels like this has something to do with like health or, again, a toxin. You know, a lot of people leave locations, Soulmates to the hospital. A lot of people, doctors move locations, hospitals, nurses, because the toxins are just in the air, the cleaning solutions, whatever it may be. Believe it or not, doctors, certain things, they'll move around. They'll go to different hospitals. Some people automatically can walk in a hospital and get itchy. That happens to me sometimes. My body's not used to it, depending on how much time I like stay around or linger, especially when I used to work in the ICU. So it definitely feels like a product, or could be medicine, but I'm not really feeling medicine, but it did have me mention medicine. Or again, it could be something sedating. Say you inhale something and next thing you know you're dizzy or you're sleeping, carbon monoxide, but you don't typically smell that. Like there's definitely something here where it's like your eyes are open, like pay attention. There could be an animal like warning you, like don't do that, or like maybe, you know, there's like little things where, you know how your gut sometimes just says to you like, no, it doesn't feel right. Listen to that gut. Like that's, I mean, that happens to me once in a while, but I remember times where I used to walk with like Lucia by myself, but it'd be a walking trail and I wouldn't venture off like too far. And I would typically have mace or something with me just in case. But like, there's been a couple times where it's like I felt like I was being watched or something didn't feel right, and I got out real quick. So I think for some of you, your gut is going to kind of tell you. And this could be a toxic person or a situation, guys. Just take it however it resonates. But to me, it's more about a warning for you. Like it's like energy that comes and goes, but never sticks around. They don't stay. You can't manifest. You know what I mean? Does that work for you? Does it not? How does it make you feel? You know, people who are too slow and pokey, they act like they don't care. They could care, but they act like they don't. I can't be bothered. So again, you might just not be meshing with energies, guys. Something just feels off. It's like they come in, they show up, they act like they want to partake for a little while, and then they just disappear again. So somebody's ego might get in the way. I typically don't read the rooster as ego, but somebody's ego can kind of get in the way. They distance themselves. And you're just like, okay. So I don't know if it backfired on them, hoping that you would kind of like, you know, chase them down type energy. And you're not even, I don't even see you thinking about that person if that's the case. I do feel like there's an energy that's kind of like competitive with you. Like, is this your enemy, or is this a friend or a foe? You know, are they jealous? Are they jealous that you're the Empress? Are they jealous that they can't do something that you can do? Because some of you, that's the vibe I'm getting for sure. Someone might got short man syndrome. What do you call that? Short man syndrome. I was just thinking of the Italian I used to date. It really bothered him that he was short. I do feel like there's a competitive energy with you, and then there's like spirit separating you from like the rooster and the cow. So this could have something to do with Chinese zodiac, but I feel like this energy gets jealous of you or competes with you or wants to be like you or compete. Like they don't know whether or not to compete with you or be your friend. It's fucking weird. It's not a great vibe, guys. Like, you know, you got to do like what's best for you. But this one's over here, like, look how like big these animals are and how little. But that size doesn't matter. It's not a size thing. But like when it comes to like a beauty or a soul or expression, that could be like huge. And then you're dealing with somebody who's not like that, you know. A soul is a soul. It doesn't matter the size of the heart. But there is something with size, and it's not tall and short. It's just, I feel like whatever this is, like one's the rooster, one's the cow. Like you're probably the cow, they're the rooster with the 3 of Wands. But again, it could be vice versa. And the energies in between here, I feel like are almost like guides or protectors. And then if that's protecting that, that's protecting that. It's and again, it's not about the size, but it's, you know, that's like at night, that's first thing in the morning. This is so you could be dealing with somebody who's like shy or like an introvert, and you're more of like an extrovert and just social, you know, out and about, sniffing the flowers, not giving a fuck what you come across. I know the dog's here, but you do have small animals and insects. The dog is great, but I almost feel like it's either like your gatekeeper or it's just you're honest, you're loyal, you know. But then you have these like these little animals. So there is something with size again, but like it's like the little things, like maybe you wouldn't see it, you know. Like elephants, horses, it's like scared of mice, you know, but they don't see it until it's too late and they freak out. You wouldn't think that an elephant would be scared of a little mouse, but they are, you know. A cow can pretty much get along with any animal as long as it's not like under attack by wolves or something, you know. So, but it's something about like the little predators, you know. So I do feel like there's predators around you. Well, again, like somebody who like a friend or a foe. Do I compete with them? It's like somebody wants to compete with you, and then on the other hand, it's like they see you in the future, they got a lot of love for you. Like, so I don't know what is going on psychologically with somebody here. And that message came through the other day too, like ass backwards, or maybe you guys just don't, different love language. Again, I don't think it's okay if it's a different love language. You guys would still mesh somehow, but like, or you would talk about it. I don't think this is about a different love language. It's just using that example. And I was being pulled to the rooster, but it's 10 of pence. So I was going to clarify the rooster. And you do have some dogs here with the 10 of pence. So again, it could be like a gatekeeper. But come a chameleon. It's like somebody's got like a lot of different sides of them. I forget what that song's about. It's kind of like the meaning behind the song Chameleon. Karmic Chameleon, Boy George. I never listened to him. One of my friends loved him. It's about a terrible fear that people have in fear for standing up for someone. And a fear of alienation, that people have the fear of standing up for something. It's about sticking up for everybody. So, like, maybe somebody is not sticking up for you, or maybe somebody is sticking up for you, or maybe it's one of those things where sometimes they stick up for you and sometimes they don't. So again, it's like this energy hides. This energy is like, where'd you go? And it didn't feel like anything karmic earlier, but it is karma chameleon. So it's like somebody has to work through their shadow here, or things just become more karmic. So you might be dealing with somebody who doesn't like to address karma, or somebody possibly that doesn't believe in karma. I totally just realized I had fucking PT today. Shit. It's in 15 minutes, so I'm not going to make that. Fuck. Let me call and cancel that. What the fuck? Can't believe I spaced it. Not like they can do much with me right this second anyway, but Jesus. I don't like canceling on people like that last minute. That fucking blows. It's probably our first appointment, too. Thank you. Bye. Okay. So yeah, I mean, maybe you're dealing with somebody who always like cancels on you, or like, hey, you want to hang out, and then it's like, no, or they don't get back to you. And I don't think it's an energy that's just because they're shy. Like, I do feel like there's something going on here, but like, you definitely can't change energy. You can't change those animals, and you can't change those animals. They are who they are. You know what I mean? So I hope you're not trying to like change anybody. I don't really see that per se, but these don't fly. None of these fly. bat flies. A rooster can fly. It can't fly far, but it can. It's got wings. What's this cow? Temperance, High Priestess. So I got the Empress, High Priestess. No, you have Temperance and the Empress. I do feel something with the High Priestess, Six of Cups, so something from your past or someone from your past. You could be dealing with a Taurus, you could be dealing with a Sag. But this is all about, like, it can be healing, but I don't really get healing, but it could be healing. But balance, patience, slow and steady. You could have somebody from your past coming back around. I'm not sure. Look, you do have the Three of Fire at the bottom of the deck, which is right here. It's like a whole bunch of eyes on you. You got the Emperor with the Six of Cups. Could be dealing with an Aries or somebody. And now you got the Empress. So I don't know if that's you, if that's an ex. I was just looking at this as being like you, and it's like when shit like this comes out, it's like, I don't know. But again, you can have a future. You might have a future with somebody here with the Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands down here was like all those eyes. But this is like, this has like a ring on the finger, as if like you were already married, or it could be like your future partner. Maybe there's just I'm getting pulled to that card, like your soulmate, you and your soulmate just differ from one another. But I mean, if you're that different, how do you make something work? You know, sometimes you just can't. So I don't know. This doesn't look negative. It's just, could just be uncertainty here. Tell me about the Elephant, which is justice. It's the Two of Cups. So again, it's making something right, or they want to make something right. But you got the Five of Air, as if it's like manipulation, guys. See, I don't with the Queen of Cups here again. So it's I'm not liking this fucking Five of Wands. I mean, the Five of fucking Swords that keeps coming out, because sometimes it can be really positive and it's like going after what you want. It's almost like, can't fuck with me if you wanted to type vibes, which is still that type of vibe. But like, it's like somebody who wants to manipulate. So again, it's like you can't tell if someone's a friend or a foe. So I would, if you ask me, I'd just stay away from an energy here, because there is something fucking sketchy here. And it's wrong. It's unjust. So you might have a new energy coming towards you, and spirits kind of like settle the score. It's kind of like what goes around comes around. Like, energy levels up. The other energy that was karmic, that thought they were once on top, now goes down. You know what I mean? Like, because there is a turnaround here. So you might be coming across your future partner. You could be having visions. You could be having dreams. Spirit could be technically kind of preparing you unconsciously. But there's definitely an energy here that might attempt to just kind of be a little bit of a nuisance. Or it's just, even if you don't hear from this energy, they could just be on your mind, and you're having some type of thought of projected energy or what they already projected, you know, and you're going through in your head. But you do have the Knight of Cups here with the bat. You could be dealing with a Pisces, but like, again, this could be that energy coming in, like acting like there's feelings, this hot, cold, in and out, off and on. It's like they come in, hang out for a little while, then they leave. You don't hear from them for a while. It's, you know what I mean? Like, it's, I'm not like super crazy about it. And you got the Four of Air. So it's kind of like they're contemplating on what to do. Or this is you, like I said, and you got the Nine of Pentacles here. Maybe you just want to just, you know, independent, confident, take care of your own needs, better off without some type of energy. But this might also be an energy that, again, does attempt to come back around, and you're kind of left wondering or thinking about it, or is it worth communicating? Is it worth reaching out? I just don't know if this Knight of Cups has like the best vibe. What's the... It could, if it's like a newer energy, or if somebody is kind of watching from a distance. Yeah, no, it's somebody that definitely misses you. But again, Five of Swords. Ooh, 555. Something big has to change here with this Knight of Cups. Like I said, this isn't good. It's like somebody who like misses you on one hand, and then all of a sudden is competitive. It's maybe once in a while they stand up for you, and then the next time around, like, they don't stand up for you, they run their mouth. You know what I mean? Like whatever this is massive fucking change. And to me, it's not on your end. It's this other energy that has to work with this energy. So they could have been, you know, manipulating things, not saying something, just keeping it from you. But like, again, so yesterday, who cares about that energy? Maybe you do if you care about this person, but if you're getting all these fives, I don't know what you're left with when it comes to positivity. You know, maybe at one point you were hoping they were more of like the Knight of Cup type vibe, but this shit's a no-go. This is somebody, again, that just kind of like wants, it's like almost like entrapment with the Four of Swords, wants you to know, like, hey, I'm here. Almost like, hey, I do care about you. Like, you know, Jesus, fucking, you. It's just Three of Wands. This is fucking insane. It's like wanting to change something up. Maybe they know they treated you this way, but again, it's like they don't show up, guys. You got the Ace of Air, so they might show up over the weekend and decide to have some type of conversation or speak to you. I guess it just really depends on how that goes. And you got the King of Cups. So this could actually be a completely different person. Page of Water at the bottom of the deck. No, Six of Cups. There's somebody that wants to come back around. Again, it could still be somebody else, though. Two of Cups, which is the same exact energy over here. Six of Cups, Two of Cups. There's definitely a soulmate here that's going to come back around. But again, you keep this Nine of Pentacles keeps showing up at the bottom of the deck as if like just doing your thing, I guess. I don't know. So I feel like this rooster is a good energy and the bat is not. So there's still something in between you and somebody else. It could be somebody on their end, somebody on your end. It could just be the energy. Because you have 3 5s, but you literally have 3 5s here too. And you had the 5 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So it's like having every single 5. There is something about the rooster here, though, that has to do with your future. So you're definitely leaving somebody behind. So heads up here, because somebody's going to try to come in because they probably feel you leaving. You know what I mean? Pick a fight with you. Talk shit about you. Possibly try to make you feel guilty. It's like, again, showing up as if like they care about you, but they don't do jack shit about it. Complete narcissist. Well, there's just something seriously psychologically wrong with somebody that they think they can just come in and out like that and have no fucking consequences. Come in and hang out when they want. Hit you up when they want. You hit them up, they don't respond. It's that type of shit. Playing hard to get. Dealing with their ego. It's like you're talking to someone's ego. You're not even talking to a person. So it is 2 different energies. This energy of the 3 of Wands could be coming around this weekend. And if not, it will be soon at some point. But they'll probably come around this weekend. A little bit of communication. It doesn't mean you guys will end up together or anything. It could even be platonic. It could be just a friend, you know? But it is somebody from your past coming back around. It could be at a distance with the 3 of Wands. It could travel for work, all sorts of things. So Spirit might be giving you a heads up here, you know, like you might have to take the lead with something, but you wouldn't want to take the lead with something, or this energy is going to kind of come in and take the lead. Again, like slow and steady, pace yourself. Like these are all slower animals. They're very attentive. They're very loyal. You do have temperance here. So you definitely got a lot of other things going on in your life. So again, you do have somebody coming in that's going to kind of play fair here with the 2 of Cups with justice. And before, you could have been in a third party or the 5 of, manipulation, just. And again, they might use emotions like, oh, I miss you. I haven't heard from you. Like, it's just somebody who kind of, wants you to make sacrifices, wants like you to surrender, wants you to hit them up, wants you to chase them. It's, you know what I mean? Like, again, it's just, I don't know, diluted energy, that's for sure. Unless you're playing that game with somebody, but I don't think so. You got soulmates. So it could be, again, 2 different soulmates here. Outdated thinking, conditioning over and over and over. Again, in the head, stabbed in the back, the chaser. So it is a soulmate. It's a karmic soulmate, What's this Three of Wands? I like you. Someone likes you. Romance could be blooming, kind of flirting, wanting to date. So again, it could be somebody new. Although I still think it's probably somebody from your past or someone you know. Somebody at a distance. Again, guys, it just could be friends, could be platonic, but it could be something else too. Endings bring new beginnings. So it's just the energy of coming back around. Breakup, pattern, stopping the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. The dragonfly, being lighthearted, adapting, changing, healing. Yes, I do. I'll bring it up in a minute. A new phase of rekindle with the Empress, changed mind, renewing, healing from something toxic. So again, I think it's just you're leaving something behind, and then there's like a pick-me-up energy coming in. I don't know how you feel about it, but you are pushing through obstacles and again preparing for union. So there is something that is attempting to come in this weekend. If it's not this weekend, it is sometime soon. Others of you do have this other energy too that is going to attempt to come in, but I'm telling you, like, don't fuck with that energy, because it is somebody who just kind of wants to manipulate. They come in, they act like they like you, or like, you know what I mean, like, so, and then they just sit in the energy, but they do nothing. They wait for you. It's literally somebody who wants you to reach out to them. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be all about them. They want to know, like, you really want them. It's like, no. I hope you guys don't dance with somebody's ego like that. Like, there's one thing to have somebody else in that same energy, but they're talking to you, like, they're trying to work on it. They're pushing through their shadow, like, I'm scared, or I'm nervous, or I have a hard time talking about my feelings, or I have a hard time, like, trusting or being vulnerable. I feel like I'm going to get hurt, or, it's one thing to have a realistic conversation with somebody to really discuss kind of what's going on. And then there's a whole nother energy of just like them wanting you to, like, surrender and cater to them. And it's somebody who's fucking needy, and you're dealing with somebody who kind of likes to control certain situations, or will pick fights with you. So, or, I just heard unsolicited advice, like, gives you advice on things they don't even fucking know anything about, or advice you didn't even fucking ask for. So I don't know who that person is. It could even be a fucking family member for all I know, but geez, I wouldn't dance with that fucking energy. That playing hard to get, nothing attractive about that, unless you're both flirting and this and that. That's not what that is. You know what I mean? That And then there's somebody else from your past, maybe they just having a hard time talking to you about something, but would like to talk to you, could be coming around. So it is two different energies. Could they have both ended the same way? I'm not really sure, but there is an energy of just like, hell no. And I feel like that energy really likes you too, but, like, they don't know any better. They're not emotionally mature enough to have a relationship. You are definitely dealing with somebody who is not emotionally mature enough to handle a relationship. And it's either because of their upbringing, or it's just they want to be perceived that way. You know, it's like somebody who says they want nothing to do with a relationship, or, you know, I just want to be single. And, you know, it's like, how many times somebody going to say that over and over and over, and knowing that you guys like each other or whatever the case may be. Like, again, there's nothing there that's attractive either. And it's not even like a boundary. I just think you guys are getting to a point where it's just like, you already feel like there's no potential. So there's no point in even, you know, showing up anymore. There's just nothing about that energy that's like, you know, like it's not. But it's not like the other one. Like, I don't want a relationship where it's like boundaries, but knowing that you can't really get anywhere with those boundaries either. It's like two different vibes. So again, it's like two different people, two different vibes. They both could have done the same thing to you. You could have did the same thing to both of them. But like, there is one energy that is better than the other, and wants to work it out, and the other one just, you know, wants you to do all the work. So good luck, guys. I do want to come back in a little while and do that read with the oracles. Okay. I love you guys. I'll see you shortly. Love you. Bye.